Hi, my name is Josh. This year alone, I've been to 6 weddings, which are all memorable in their own way. They've had gorgeous decorations, incredible venues, and the couples look stunning on stage. So that made me wonder, how much does a wedding cost? I asked a few young, single Malaysians of how much they thought a wedding would cost.
About 10,000.
15,000?
25,000 to 30,000.
50, 70k.
A lot.
60k or 80k.
I would say 70 to 100,000.
120k for 100 plus tables.
Did you know that back in 2004, there were about 169,000 couples who have said I do? 8 years later, the numbers increased to 214,000 couples. And these aren't the only numbers that have gone up. The cost of a wedding has gone the same way.
You could spend only 30 ringgit on your wedding. You could go to the registrar and sign a piece of paper and that's only 30 ringgit and you're done. Okay, then you go have McDonald's and order a Big Mac.
This is Letitia Shu, the president of the Association of Wedding Professionals. She's been planning weddings for 15 years.
Almost every wedding tends to overspend. It depends on your priorities. I have had couples who spend $1 million on their wedding. But on the average, couples spend about 150,000. That depends on the number of people, the venue that you choose. So it depends on a lot of factors.
So Malaysians spend about 100 to 150,000 ringgit on their weddings. With that amount alone, I could pay off my university loans, or maybe pay for a down payment for a new apartment, or even get a new Honda Civic. But where does the money go? Does everything go towards the wedding ceremony alone?
50% of the budget goes into food and beverage. Then it comes to decoration and photographers, videographers. Unfortunately, they don't spend a lot of money on honeymoons. Although to me, I think the honeymoon is the most important part. People mainly spend on the dinner itself. Also, things cost more. Last time when you can get a table for 500 ringgit to 600 ringgit. Now, even a Chinese restaurant costs about 800 ringgit and above. So unfortunately, yes, people have to spend a bit more.
And being such a multicultural nation, we've got all kinds of unique traditions during a wedding. But for Malaysian millennials, how important is it to have these traditions on their big day?
I think it's important to keep the tradition going.
For me, no. I don't really follow tradition. I'm more of a modern, open-minded thinking person, yeah.
It's a combination of two families, you see.
Definitely our respect for the elders lah. Because it's their tradition and I have to follow lah.
I think I'm one of those weirdos that I'll end up doing like a Star Wars wedding or something with a lightsaber. So
6 out of 10 couples will still think that tradition is very important. Some think that tradition is just a waste of time, but most of them, for their parents and for their grandparents, they would still go ahead with the traditions. There is no rule of thumb that you have to get a fancy stationery or fancy flowers. The only rule that is that you should enjoy your wedding. The wedding should be what you are. You should portray your personality. So they not necessarily have to spend so much, but they should bring their personality out into the wedding.